Hi, this is CJ, and this is 316 Seconds. Let's go. Today's episode is for that person who has a call, a destiny that God has spoken to you, and you're in pursuit of it. The word for today is do not settle. I'm going to talk to us from the book of Genesis. Let's look at Genesis chapter 37. I'm going to read from verse 1 through to verse 3. Now Jacob dwelt in the land where his father was a stranger, in the land of Canaan. This is the history of Jacob. Joseph, being 17 years old, was feeding the flock with his brothers. And the lad was with the sons of Bilhah and the sons of Zilpah, his father's wives. And Joseph brought the bad report of them to his father. Now Israel loved Joseph more than all his children, because he was the son of his old age. Also he made him a tunic of many colors. And all of us are familiar with the story of Joseph and his coat of many colors. The story goes on to talk about Joseph going to visit his brothers, and they had hatched a plot to sell him. And so we pick it up in verse 23. So it came to pass when Joseph had come to his brothers that they stripped Joseph of his tunic, the tunic of many colors that was on him. Then they took him and cast him into a pit, and the pit was empty, there was no water in it. And so I began to ask God, what is the significance of the coat of many colors? And God said that was the first temptation where Joseph could have settled. The coat of many colors signified the help of his father, the preference of his legacy. He could have settled down. This was the man who had a dream of greatness, and his present was quite okay. And God was speaking to me, and he said, don't let the good of today be the enemy of the better of tomorrow. Don't settle because you have achieved help from family. Don't settle because you've achieved help from your legacy. Don't settle for less than what God has called you to be. So the first piece of clothing that Jacob loses on his way to his destiny is the coat that signified help from his family. We pick up our conversation from the 39th chapter of Genesis. And now Joseph has been sold into slavery, but he has achieved some level of success in the house of Potiphar. So this is Potiphar's wife speaking to Joseph. Genesis 39 from verse 11. One day he went into the house to attend to his duties, and none of the household servants was inside. She caught him by his cloak and said, come to bed with me. But he left his cloak in her hand and ran out of the house. The second thing God told me about being persistent on the way to destiny is that when you get rid of the cloak of many colors, you must get rid of the coat of servanthood, because these were the things that Joseph had acquired for himself. This was the success that he had enjoyed. It was good, but it wasn't exactly where God wanted him to be. I fear that some of us as Christians, we tend to settle. We've arrived at a position where we are similarly okay. We have our needs met. We can do what we want. We can take a vacation here and there. We can go places. We can, pretty much enjoy ourselves. And so we settle into this place where we think this is what is best for us. But God is trying to remind us in this season that you must get rid of the coat of servanthood, because where he's taking you to is a place where you will be a leader. So once you've gotten rid of the coat of legacy and the coat of servanthood, then you are ready for your destiny.